All of the money you have in your pocket came from this machine. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing is where you can find it. The Bureau works like a well-oiled machine, except for the coins. A crazy amount of care goes into making it look that way, sometimes in ways you can't see. Before we continue, please like the video, subscribe, and tell us from where are you watching this. It all starts in either Fort Worth, Texas or Washington, D.C. It prints out about $541 million every day in these two places. You may have heard the phrase paper money, but it's not true. The money sheets are not made of paper, which is usually made from wood pulp. Instead, they're made of 75% cotton and 25% linen. The special paper that goes into these stacks of cash comes from the Crane Paper Company. Because it's been in business since the start of the Federal Reserve note system, this company is the only one that makes the things you're looking at. No one else is allowed to have it. As you might expect, there are protection features built into every unit. There are odd red and blue security fibers in the material of these bills, but you won't see them on any of the ones that come off the assembly line. There are some other new features on these bills that aren't on any $1 notes. There are soft colors in the background. Like this, bigger bills will have a picture watermark that you can see when you hold them up to a light. The ink on some bills changes color when they are turned. Another thing is that all bills except the $1 bill have an improved security thread that shows you the amount when you hold it up to a light, like you can see now. These threads are unique because they are see-through and light up when exposed to UV light. Even though your eyes can't see ultraviolet light on their own, here's what the thread looks like in case you were interested. There will be different colors of glow for each amount. There are advanced security documents on every bill in these stacks, but they didn't get that way without careful planning. Just like most complicated things that are made, the pictures on the money are first made by hand, as you can see. After these hand-drawn drawings are finished, steel plates will be made for the printing presses at the Bureau. This is a separate job. It's possible to see that these steel drawings are also made by hand, with a pen known as a pantograph. The final design is carved into the steel plates by a script engraver. These plates are then used to make a master die, which is a printing template. The whole process can take 8 days, but these steel plates aren't like other steel. They are chrome-plated so they can handle the high temperatures you'll soon be seeing. That's the reason they shine. Lucky for us, once one of these plates is made, the individually engraved parts are put together with a transfer press, like putting together a jigsaw piece. This includes the portrait in the middle of the bill and the text on it. It's called cytography. Plate makers use plastic master plates to make hundreds of identical plates at once. These plates are copied from cytography. For all dollar bills in circulation, this method works well. But there's something unique about old Benjamin Franklin's bill, which brings up an interesting point. The last $100 bill you touched might have felt that unique blue ribbon. Doesn't it look different from the other cash you carry? That's because the 3D ribbon on current $100 bills helps protect them even more from being faked. Along with their precise plates, every bill has other security measures that make it safer. This is possible with a method known as microprinting. Have you ever paid attention to the small lines and dots that make up the money you hold? Look for them with a bill. You can find them here, here, and here. But you won't find the tiny writing that was cleverly put inside them on some parts of the bill. Take a look at this $100 bill. Look at the collar on Ben Franklin. It has the words the United States of America in it. In letters of the same size, the word USA is written at the bottom of the picture. Microprinting is hard to copy, so if someone knows what they're looking for and finds letters that can't be read, they've found a fake. Offset printing is another way to do it. This process happens for amounts of $2 or more, and it's a bit like drawing. There is a special magnetic ink on these rollers. They print a mix of different colors on both sides of the bill at the same time. Because they don't go through this step, $1 bills feel a little different from the other bills you carry around. This ink goes on its own trip once you start to notice it. It starts with these plates for engraving and moves on to soft rubber covers. After that, it's put on the money. The machines are much bigger in real life than they look on your computer. Their length is 50 feet and their weight is 70 tons. However, their size and weight don't make them slow. You can guess how fast they can make money by looking at these stacks of cash. These press can make 10,000 sheets of paper an hour. Not the people who work on these machines, though. They don't leave anything to chance. This is what they are looking at. There will be a close look at each sheet every 500 prints to make sure everything is going right. Your money has a different kind of writing on it. It's known as intaglio printing. I-type writing is used right away for $1 bills because they don't go through offset printing. After offset printing, the next step for every other bill is intaglio printing. During this step, all the important parts of a bill, like the picture, numbers, words, and so on, are put on a blank note. The steel and metal plates you saw earlier are the first part of this process. it is mixed with a special kind of ink that goes into the engravings. The runoff ink is taken off. After that, a lot of pressure is put on the bill to make the ink stick. The ink dries with a slightly raised surface. This is another way to stop faking because it's very hard to copy. For those who are interested, the intaglio process has its own makers, just like the offset process does. Here they are at work, making about 10,000 sheets an hour, which is about the same speed. But here's what makes them different. The plates for intaglio printers have to be very strong because they put a lot of pressure on the notes. They can't use more than one color on the sheets at once, though like offset printers can. It will take 3 days for this ink to dry. This is what intaglio printing does. It gives bills their own special feel. A dollar bill has been fixed down to the smallest detail, except for one thing. Thought about how each bill gets its unique number? The machines are great at making stacks of bills, but it can be annoying that each one has a unique serial number. It's not like different numbers are given to other mass-printed items, right? Good thing there's also a machine for that. You can see all the details here. This printing machine adds the finishing touches to a single bill. There are identification numbers, serial numbers, and seals from the Treasury Department and the Federal Reserve. The serial numbers are written in green or black ink, based on the amount. Also, look at the number in the bottom right corner. When you hold a $10 bill or more, that number will feel different from other bills. It is made of ink that changes colors. As you can see, the number changes from copper to green based on how you look at it. This is another thing that makes it very hard to fake. Okay, so the bill is now ready to be used, right? Not yet. The offline currency inspection system is the first machine it has to go through while it's being used. Cameras and special software work together to make it happen. These cameras look at 2.5 sheets of paper every second. For a good plan, they look at both sides of a bill at the same time. It's amazing how well the cams can find mistakes. Someone will keep a close eye on the money if something is flagged. Then only the bad notes will be thrown away, not the whole sheet. Any good notes will be kept. That means that even though a lot of notes were made, each one went through its own unique process of being cleaned and inspected. You never know, one day that serial number could be worth a lot more than the number on the bill. Now that the last checks have been made, the bills are ready for their last trip. The last trip starts at the Bureau's offices in Washington and Fort Worth. When the bills pass through these guillotines, they cut them both vertically and horizontally to make sure they are the right size, which is 6.14 inches long and 2.61 inches wide. Once they are ready, the machine stacks them into bricks of 100 separate notes, each with a band that shows what number it is. The bricks are then put into these groups, which are then put into a set of 4,000 bills. 4 of these items are put into metal boxes like these, which are known as a skid. The Federal Reserve is the legal issuer of this money, so until it does, these skids will be put on armored trucks and driven along a set path to Federal Reserve banks. They may stay in vaults for years at a time. When the notes are ready to be used, the Federal Reserve will send them to banks and credit unions, which will then give them to you. A bank worker or cashier will usually check these notes to see if they are real. If they aren't, they will be sent to the U.S. Secret Service, whose job it is to protect both the president's life and the country's money. It sounds like a long trip, but the system works well and only costs 2.8 to 8.6 cents per bill, based on the amount. But you shouldn't use the word efficient when talking about coins. These brand new mass-produced coins look like they just came out of a well-oiled machine, but there's more going on than meets the eye. To begin, let us go over the basics. To begin, ask yourself why pennies and quarters feel different. Part of the reason is that they are made of different materials, which is also why they look different. Each of these pennies is made of zinc, but they have a copper coating that makes them look old. Copper nickel is used to make quarters and dimes, which gives them a more shiny look. These 1,500-foot-long tubes cut the raw materials into metal discs that look like this. These discs are called blanks. Blanks that aren't used are returned. After that, the coins are heated to an amazing 950 teblis in hardening machines. After that, the coins are cleaned with things that keep them from drying out and put through cooling steams like this. This breaks them up before they are struck, which is what makes the raised edge by upsetting the machine. The coins go through the die making and striking steps once they have their unique patterns. What does that mean? They've already been through a lot of heat. This hitting machine, which can put out between 60 and 160 tons of force, is about to put them under a lot of stress. These factors make it possible for coins to have the fine details you're used to seeing. Some patterns need more than one strike. After the coins are struck, they are checked for mistakes. If they're all clear, machines will weigh and count them. Like bills, they are then put in bags and sent to the different Federal Reserve banks. But as mobile money has become more common, the old art of making coins has become controversial in recent years. A single $1 bill costs 1.6 cents to make, but a penny costs 3.69 cents. This waste is only one of many problems. A 2017 Freedom of Information Act request showed that the U.S. Mint, which makes the coins, had financial mistakes like putting decimal points in the wrong place and misconfiguring the scale. Things go wrong with the Mint's environment and safety too. Local water sources have been harmed by the firefighting foam that was used there, which has led to several lawsuits. The 2001 OSHA review of the U.S. Mint Philadelphia facility found 47 safety problems that it did not fix. In the past few years, there have also been problems with imitation. As the number of Chinese fake coins has grown, lawmakers have blamed the U.S. Mint for not doing enough to stop them. These problems with coins mean that there may be a time when they are no longer useful. For now, just look at them and the bills that are next to them. People who try to fake these items don't just see them as money, they see them as works of art. This is partly what makes them so interesting. Goodbye for now.